Now yesterday, and maybe you haven't even been following this on our little channel, yesterday we put the clear on. This was as shiny as could be, and I'm sure a lot of people, and probably even myself at some point in my illustrious life, would have been very happy. Just leave it like that. But we want to take it to the absolute top level. Now, this is 1000 grit sandpaper, soapy water, and I did some of this off camera because I just didn't want this to be a 4-hour video. But once it's shiny, and I want to go over all of these surfaces, but most of all, and this is the trick of tricks that I think is worth passing on. Whether you're making a model plane, whether you're painting a guitar, painting a boat, it's easy to get the flats. Everybody in the world can get the flats sanded. That's not a problem at all. Most people can do that with their bare hand. Here's the trick. There's two things. This comes from a beauty supply place. It's a nail file. And what I do is I wrap. Watch how this works, because it really does work well. The two possibilities, I'll wrap it around, and what I can do is I can get in all these little corners and edges. I can get right up to the corner. And this is going to take me probably an hour, 2 hours, I don't know. Doesn't really matter, because when you're doing labor of love stuff, well, it goes on forever. But when you're done, and you get to where all your friends are hanging around with their bikes, and everybody's telling you how great they are and how much money they have and how much money they saved on eBay, it's nice to have something nice and shiny. People always seem to recognize that, and here's the reason. If you take this stick, you paint it flat black, it looks perfect. You don't see the grain. If you paint it white, you see some of it. Paint it black, you'll see every little speck, every grain, everything in it. Now what I did, I want to show this up close. This is an ordinary paint stirring stick that you get for free when you buy paint. I put a little bit of a bevel in it. The reason for the bevel is, the parts of it I can't do. This is called a soft stick. And by the way, they are waterproof, and they're about I don't know, 50 cents or something. Karen usually buys me a bunch of them whenever she's over there. Now what I can do is I can get really down deep around the tire valve, places my finger would never allow me to go. I can get right down in there. And I'm not looking to make a radical change. I want to make the surface rough. The reason for having the surface rough is the paint will stick better. It'll also get rid of any dust that's in this. And in the final product, I really want this to look nice. I even want Luciano to say, "Hey, Wendy, that looks pretty good." You know, that makes my day complete when people do that. But anyway, most people don't, by the way. Oh my God, I should have painted it blue or something. But it doesn't matter. It's in the eye of the beholder. All of this stuff is. Now, that lets you get in all the corners and edges. There's a spot around here. One of the criteria we had, we don't want to feel that green spot. I want that green stripe to just be as if it wasn't there. Well, my finger is about the right radius, I've noticed, when I've sanded this in the past. And this hour that we're going to spend, maybe 2 hours, I don't know, detailing this wheel out. Then what we have to do is get it perfectly dry with clean Bounty towels, wipe it down with Sikkens M600, get it ready for, I hope, the final coat of clear. That final coat of clear is going to be going over a surface that's really nice. Should be nice anyway. Should be nice. We'll find out. Now, it looked really nice on yesterday's video with this. You know, it looked shiny, and I even looked at it. And I said, yeah, that looks pretty good, but nothing is going to be better than if you take 1000 grit and just I call it detailing, but there's probably a better word for it. Now, another thing nice. This is really a great trick too. When you're painting something black and you sand through, and we haven't sanded through yet, but we probably will, you sand through an edge or a corner, there's a Sharpie marker that's made for laundry. And you can just touch it and go over it with the clear. If you go over it with paint, it leaves a lump. If you go over it with a marker, no lump. Little tricks of when you have something black. But I really think, now, you know, I was tempted, of course I'm always tempted to take the cheesy way out. Well, the cheesiest way of all, just don't do anything. Spend your whole winter eating bonbons and, you know, doing whatever you do, I don't know. But looking up YouTube videos of bikes crashing or something. But here's, if you decide you want to do a project and you make the commitment to do it really as if time, the thing the Italians used to say, I'm a Luciano like this, they do things as if time didn't exist. And I like to do my projects, my project bikes, and you know I've spent, well, people that know me know, spent hundreds and hundreds of hours doing things that nobody's ever going to see. Sometimes I don't even see them, and then a year later I look and I say, wow, that looks pretty good. Who did that? Oh, I did it. Now, I wanted to show that my fingers fit right in here, but there's a lot of places your fingers don't fit. And again, this is going to be one of them up here. This is going to be a spot you see as the wheel rotates. Have that little beveled. I can get right in. And now, needless to say, you can make tools for any shape. I've used balsa wood because I always have a lot of balsa wood around the house. But actually anything. And at this point, once you dry the wheel off, and we probably can't show this because it'd be too labor intensive, I'll dry this wheel and clean it with the M600, or what you would call DuPont, DuPont calls it Prepsol or whatever, but M600 is better. When money and time are no object, you do some pretty beautiful stuff. When you're trying to get it done in one weekend, this is why I don't like to work on this stuff in the summer. Because in the summer I want to ride. So I basically break down my season into about 2/3 riding, 1/3 doing this kind of stuff. I don't know what you call this, by the way. Is this restoration? Is this a hot dog eating contest or what? But I know that other people that are going to see this wheel, and I know because people are always looking at stuff and you think they don't see it, but they see it. And I know the people that really appreciate this level of quality. You know, when we used to build model planes and I thought I had something perfect, and I really had spent many, many hours, my good friend Joe Adamusco would come over to the house and within 30 seconds he'd find something I missed. And he was even better than I was at finding these little mistakes and taking care of them and making little sanding tools. But none of this information is of any value if you don't pass it on. If you just keep it a secret and you just tell all your friends, oh yeah, you know, that I did that, and you don't really, you don't appreciate it. I think what's different about our little group last year when we had about 10 of these overhauling sessions and one person helping out the other person. As an example, I don't know anything about electrical work. So within our group we have people that are pretty good with electrical stuff. And Luciano's really good about working on old bikes, doing carburetors and brakes and calipers and all this old stuff. And I'm pretty good with paint. Some people don't agree with that, by the way. But anyway, beside the point, if you pick up these two little tips from this, another thing, when you're wiping this stuff off, Bounty, don't use the $1 for a case of paper towels. But this whole thing, when I'm done with the 1000 grit paper, and I'll be ready to take it outside, and it looks like there's no chance of rain today. I checked the weather. So what that means is I'm going to take my time, get every angle, every little edge I can, do it meticulously, just sit here and enjoy the time, because the reality is, this is what I enjoy. I enjoy having these things as nice as I can make them, and you know, of course, there's people that do it a lot better than I do, and I always like to challenge myself and say, well, yeah, there's people that have better paint work than I do, but, you know, mine isn't the worst either. So, but anyway, just like anything else, the only person you're ever really competing with is yourself anyway. So, but once that, you can see it, that's all kind of dry. Now, I want to show one final little thing that this will be really, I think, really helpful. I don't want these videos to go forever anyway. Is as you look at how dry and scuffed and everything is, this is going to allow you, like right down there, I see there's a little mistake. Right here on the edge of the rim, there's a little spot. Well, because I have time today, I'm going to address all of it. Here's a little soft spot down there. And you wonder, is anybody going to see that? Well, maybe they're not. I really don't know. But, you know, the reality is, I'll probably see it. And if you're watching all these videos and enjoying seeing this wheel come to life, wait till you see it after the last coat of clear. I think you'll be impressed.